Hello and welcome to another sweet indie game review with me, JagPaw. Today we are talking about Leviathan Warships, a cross-platform turn-based strategy game developed by Pieces Interactive and published by Paradox Interactive. Paradox has brought the world many titles, including a few hits such as Magicka and the Cities in Motion series. Pieces, on the other hand, has only done a couple DLC packs for Magicka until now. Personally, I love the new wave of turn-based strategy games that have come out in the past year and a half, namely XCOM and Faster Than Light. Those were both so much fun, and I still play them, so I was excited to pick this game up, especially after seeing the awesome Barry White-inspired trailer. That sold me almost instantly.
You don't gotta be in the clouds, you're a boat. Boats can't fly. Cannons, cross-platform, coal engines, customization, lasers, lifeboats, low tides, leviathans, boats, bombs, baddies, and birds. You boat your ass.
Unfortunately, the humor in the trailer is non-existent in the actual game. In fact, there's even an in-game news ticker that encourages users to check it out if they haven't already. Nice try, guys. Sadly, the negatives do not stop there either. I actually gave up on beating this game before doing this review because it was seriously becoming kinda tedious. Upon first loading the game, the user is forced to make an account to play online. The account creation requires a verification code received in an email, and on day one it was a bit of a slow start. Even after I got my code, I got an error of some sort while trying to log in. As I later found out, they were performing server maintenance already. That's a bad sign, but forgivable. So I started off just going for the offline mode. This is fine, I suppose, except for the fact that the saved game in offline is separate from my cloud save, which is also separate from my cloud save on each of the 5 available servers. What the fuck? This is not World of Warcraft. The fact that they would leave out the option to sync your save across any server is just idiotic in my opinion. So now I'm stuck on the Leviathan 1 server, which also seems to be the most popular because sometimes I still get a server full error when trying to log in. Fortunately, within a few days of release, they worked to address this issue, but I digress. The game starts off with a simple tutorial that kind of made me feel like that 9-year-old Indian kid with the keys to Dad's Ferrari. On the surface, the title does appear to have some serious depth of gameplay, however, this is hardly the case. The only thing that gets really deep is the possibility of designing your own ship layouts and fleets for online versus matches, but this goes completely unmentioned in the tutorial. Manually assigning targets is tedious and can sometimes backfire as your shells end up shooting into the water or not shooting other ships that may shift around within the range of the weapons. Which brings me to another point. This is not truly a turn-based strategy game. It's basically real-time, but with a pause every 10 seconds, when both users, or the AI, make their adjustments simultaneously. This design leads to incredibly slow gameplay. This almost makes sense since this is meant to be a game that people can play slowly and casually on their tablets or phones over the course of days, but for PC users, it's terribly unsatisfying. Most turns do not even end up being significant. I often became bored and found myself pressing the commit button over and over just to get through the battle time. The pause strategy design would have been much better on PC if the user had the power to pause only at important moments. But of course, this would only work for solo play. And the solo campaign is not at all where the worth of this game lies. The AI is obnoxious and completely unrealistic, and the missions are too slow and somehow manage to either be boring or frustrating. Right now I'm stuck on mission 6 where my small fleet gets bum rushed by ship after ship that seems intent on just ramming into my boats. No human would ever play this way unless it was a Sea Shepherd simulator. Generally the best strategy is to be conservative, be slow and deliberate. When playing online, this is typically how people will play to win. The AI will have nothing of it. Easily, the most interesting part of this game is the online versus mode. Building your own fleet can be fun and interesting despite the lack of instruction on how to actually do it. The game comes with 6 different ship types, which can be modified quite a bit with various armors and offensive or defensive weapons. On day 1, however, there is already hidden DLC in the form of additional ship types and versus maps. When I say hidden, I mean to say that they do not appear in the Steam store. They are only visible once the game is purchased and the in-game shop is accessed. It's not pay to win, at least, as these add-ons really just give more options as well as some cosmetics. Personally, the day 1 map pack does bother me a little bit though. I would have preferred to just pay $13 for these maps to be included in the first place, but I suppose it's not that bad. The last thing to add is in regards to general bugginess. After someone dropped out of the first co-op game that I played, the game locked. Not only that, but now I have a game stuck in my queue that instantly locks if I try to load it. Kinda sloppy if you ask me. I know this has been more of a rant than anything else, but this game did turn out to be a real disappointment for me. There is no doubt that it may still appeal to a lot of people out there, but not me. Take it with a grain of salt when I say that this game gets a dismal 3 out of 10. Pretty rough. Thanks for watching, and until next time everyone, this is JagPaw. Adios.